We have now our feet into a hip width apart position with the toes pointing to the front. The feet are parallel to each other, and we have the heels, the outer and the inner count, and the ball of each foot down on the ground. What we're going to do is we will simply, one after another, for each foot, play piano. There you go. So imagine each little toe, all the way up to the big one, is pushing a key from the piano, from the clavier, and you are playing a beautiful melody. We have fifth, fourth, third, second, first, and again, and again, and again, and again. If you need to do it slower, go ahead and simply do it slower. Pause, rewind, take your time, and make sure you are precise. Each toe has space, place, and function. It needs to be well articulated. You need to create the neuromuscular coordination. You need to be able to send the signal all the way up from your brain down to the toe, whichever toe it is, or to all of them, for it to move as you desire it to do. Therefore, go ahead to do it slower if you need to. We have last 8 in here, last 7, last 6, last 5, 4 to go, 3 to go, 2, last 1. And now we're gonna go and do the same thing with the other foot. Great, we are ready to start creating the wave. Toe by toe, articulation by articulation, joint by joint, always starting with the small one, pressing a key onto our piano, playing our favorite melody, so pick one, and play around with it. But be precise with the order: 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st toe. 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st toe. Go ahead and again take your time, do it slower. If this tempo is way too quick for you, don't be afraid. For us to build a correct neuromuscular coordination and coordination altogether, sometimes we need to start much slower in order to create the signal from the brain all the way down to the toes, or to whichever part of the body it is. Sometimes it's really hard to fire up these connections, so it's nothing to be afraid of if you are not able to articulate the toes so well. If you are, then great, then we are quite far into the awareness of the periphery of our body. So playing a melody like this is such a great exercise, not only for beginners, but also for those of you who are a little bit more advanced and have a better articulation with the toes. As you see, we're gonna go and do about the same number of reps as onto the other side. Again, if you're doing it a little bit slower, then go ahead and do a little bit less reps, okay? If you do 24 reps in this tempo, great. If you do slower tempo, for example like this, one after another, really fighting for it, then do half the count. So 12 will be good start for you. Let's go for last 8 in here, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, 3, 2, last one. Alright, shake it off. And now continue with the next exercise, where we will have our feet completely placed together. So the ankles are touching, the toesies, the big ones are touching the calves, and the knees and the inner thighs are also playing together. We're gonna go spread the toes far away and then place them back in. The big ones are remaining down the ground. Just the 4 ones of each foot are playing and moving. Continue here and out and down. They can come down on the ground at the same time, or maybe in the same melody as before. So see, we can start from the 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and then come back. Or they can be together down and then together down. So choose which one you want to apply. Together, far apart, and together. And down, away, and down together. Or away, one after another, and down together. There you go. It's a quite little of a play. See which foot now articulates better for you. We're trying to not really rotate the legs up here too much, right? We're trying to keep them as parallel as possible. So whichever option you choose, down with your feet, the little melody, or the coordination into asynchron, together down and up. Whatever you choose, make sure that the legs are not doing rotation outwards and inwards as you are playing around with your toes. Let's go for last 8 and 7 and 6. Let's pay attention to the small toes and make sure that they are really pushing the ground downwards. Good. We have last 4 and 3 and 2 and very last one, and join them together and release and shake them off. Great work, I would say. Have a little bit of a ballerina foot, alternatingly pushing around from the knee point all the way up to a metatarsal push with the toes tucked in, just to release the tension that we have created until now. I believe it feels good for you. It feels good for me, surely. We have just a couple more times for each foot, easily letting this articulation, this mobility and elasticity come back into play. There you go. And we will